Awesome. Wonderful. I'm going to also push this live into the Facebook page, the team page. I know we've had some people ask if that could happen again. So it is recording. And I'm also going to have it live here on Facebook. Okay. So part 4 of our comp plan training. So have your questions ready. Laura and I are going to be answering those questions at the end for you guys. So please have them ready because I am going to be screen sharing with you, of course. And I want to make sure that you get all your questions answered tonight. Okay, here we go. And we are going live. So again, if you're just joining us, make sure that you are muted. And you can type your questions in the chat, of course, at any point in time, or you can type them underneath this live here in the page, if that works best for you as well, too. If you're not on Zoom with us, fantastic. Here we go. And I am going to be screen sharing. So tonight's comp plan training, part 4. So we've talked about a lot of things over the last 3 weeks. So tonight I really want to dive deep into strategies on cycle bonuses and also being able to maximize the gin match, right? The 4th way. So we're going to talk about the 3rd and the 4th way that we make money. You guys know the first 2 ways, right? Buy, wholesale, sell, retail, and sign people up with the wholesale packs, and you earn product introduction bonuses from those. So let's take a look at a screen share, and I'm going to look at the back office, Brent's back office here. You guys can all see this. So we're going to take a look at cycle bonuses, and how you look at this and how it affects your commission check. Okay. And kind of also some misconceptions around that and what it should look like or shouldn't look like. All right. So if I look at Brent's back office and I'm looking at the volume, I'm going to pull this over here so you guys can see it. You can see for his rolling 31-day PV, he has 117. So obviously check mark, he is commission qualified. He's good to go. His period for the left is 8,000, and the period is week to week. Remember, Monday through Sunday is our period. Okay. And so this week so far, his left leg, we only have 2 legs, left and right. His left leg has produced $8,000 in volume. His right leg has produced 110 in volume so far this week. So you can obviously see that's not balanced, right? Which you don't want it to be balanced because we are going to talk about cycle bonuses. We're looking at the left leg and the right leg. And if you've just joined us, let me go ahead and find my mute here. Let's see. Who am I missing that needs to mute out? If you guys are just joining us, could you make sure that you're muting, please, so I don't hear the background noise?
I think it's Chris. Yeah.
Got it? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thanks. I couldn't see all of them. So anyways, make sure that you're looking at the left leg and right leg. So every time you have 660 on one leg and 330 on the other leg, that's going to cash out a cycle bonus. So you can see right now that Brent has not earned a cycle bonus yet this week. Okay, because he only has 110 on the right, right? But we're going to look at the next part at the bottom. Okay. And so if you look at the bottom, the total left is 619,000 or 620,000, right? And the total right is 5,000. And so what that means is that he can use this banked volume to be able to cycle. Okay. And so it's really important when we talk about the ranks in this company for a reason. So Brent was the first person I signed up, but I didn't build his business until just here recently. I haven't started building until just here recently, the last few weeks, because I've been building my business, right? My right and my left leg. And so then I decided after I did that to the top of the company, I would go in and build his right and left leg. And so his volume has banked all this time. So he's had this volume down here banked. So every week, the volume on your leg that's shared with other people, if you don't get paid off of it, the company allows you to keep it. They hold on to it for you for a year. Okay. And I don't mean like at the year mark, it all goes away. I mean, whatever the volume was that week, 1 year later to that week, if you haven't been paid on it, then that volume will flush out. Okay. The rest of it's still there, right? It's a week by week basis. So looking at this, you can see that this week he hasn't actually produced enough on the right to be able to cycle, but because he has this in his bank, then he's able to, because now he's paid as manager. So if you're not paid as manager, you only earn up to $100 per week. That's why we want to help you get to manager, because you can earn up to $1,500 per week. Okay. It's a big difference, right? And so we all have that one leg that's larger than the other. It's perfectly fine. It's your shared leg. It's exciting that you have that kind of growth going underneath you if you have that in your leg, right? I know when I signed up, where I signed up in April's organization, she had put a lady in before me that was a customer, and then she signed me up, and then she didn't sign anybody else up for a long time. And then she put somebody else in as a customer as well, that was down in my downline, but that's the only person that she had signed up. So in the course of a year, she's put, I believe 3-4 people, customers on that left leg underneath me. So I didn't have this kind of volume in my shared leg. So I knew going into any business that it's my job to build my business. And so I'll be building both of my legs, right? My shared leg and my both leg, which is what I've done. Obviously, as you can see from this $620,000 that's sitting there, right? Team effort. Obviously, I didn't go put all that volume in, but working with the people inside of the organization that are growing and building. Okay. So know that that is for every single person. If you have a leg that has a lot of volume, that's fantastic. But if you don't, welcome to the club. It's perfectly fine. You can still get to the top of the company without anybody putting anybody underneath you. So just know that it is definitely possible. So cycling, when I go down to my binary tree viewer, how you can see your volume, right, is by, this is your tree. So this is Brent. Okay. So you can see here's the same volume you just saw. See where it says right, and then it says left, right, carryover volume, that's your total volume, and left carryover volume, that's your total volume that's carried over, right? And then obviously you can see that. Okay. So then I can look over here on this side and I can see this person, right? This is Brent's brother-in-law. You can see the volume with him. Okay. And obviously there's a lot there. There's not much there, which means he's just a customer, right? So he's probably not going to have, unless he's actually ordering, the volume is not going to carry up to him. Then I can look over here. Here's Miss Laura, our executive director, right? And I can look at Laura's volume and I can say, well, wait a minute. If Brent's is 620, why is Laura's not? Well, because Laura's been working her ass off the last year, and her business is paying her, right, weekly, and she's cashing out that volume. So her left is 6 and her right is 5 so far, right, for this week. And so you can see that she's cashing out those cycle bonuses. Okay. And that's, again, no matter where you are, the people are in your right or left leg, all that volume carries up to you. Okay. And if you're heavy on one leg, then your job is to go build that other leg on the right. Build, right? You're going to add some people on this left leg, because to get to manager, we know we've got to have 2 on the left and 2 on the right that are silver above. We've already went over that. So for Brent, he's put 2 people on his left leg. He's going to go sign up one more person that's going to become a manager, right? Because he's got somebody on his right leg, actually 2 people that are already almost managers. They'll be managers by Sunday. And so he wants to get to director. In order for him to get to director, he's got to have another person on the left that wants to build this, that actually wants to share with their friends and family members and become a manager. And then guess what's going to happen? Everything else is going to his right, because his directors, for him to get to senior director, we've showed you guys this sheet, right? His directors can both come from that left or that right leg. And he has 2 people that are committed to go to director before the end of this month, which means he'll go to senior director before the end of this month. Okay. And you guys remember that I showed you that in previous Zooms, right? All right. So let's look at match bonus. Let me ask this. Do you have any questions before I go on about cycle bonuses? Any questions about cycle bonuses before I move on? Yes, I can hear you unmuted. Go ahead. What's your question? Or maybe they were just unmuted. Does anybody have any questions about cycle bonuses? Laura, can you check the chat for me too? Because I just can't see all of that.
There's not anything in there.
Okay.
Hey, Stacy, you
Yes.
know, I think one thing for you to touch on very quickly is as they're enrolling, if they're not working on that structure to get them to the next level, how do they choose what side it goes on?
That's a great question. So if you're looking at this volume right here, if this is Brent and he logs in, he's like, okay, I've got a new person to enroll. Should I put him on my LV, my left, or my RV, my right? Well, his LV has 8,000 this week and his RV has 100. So if you want to earn money, you are going to put your next enrollment on your right. It's very easy. You look at it, left leg, 8,000, right leg, 100. In order for me to earn a cycle bonus of $50, I've got to have 330 on the right. So I'm going to go enroll my next person on the right. And then I'll be able to pull 660 from that bank that's hanging out in my left leg to cash in that 330 on the right and make a $50 cycle bonus. Okay. So if you don't ever know for sure, you always look at your volume right here in this box. And you can go down here to change your settings, click the name, click change settings, scroll down to the bottom, and you can see you can change it to build right. All right. So then back up here to the top to home. Any other questions about cycling? Because this is the foundation for what I'm getting ready to tell you for the Gen Match bonus. Okay, so Gen Match means when you have enrolled people that are interested in working the business. Okay, so if I look at this organization and I see, nope, Andrew's not working a business. I look here, nope, Alan's not working a business. I look here, nope, Michael's not working a business. I look here, nope, Kim's not working a business. And I go, wait, this person, look, they've added 2 people. See how it says personally sponsored count 2 people? So that means they're actually working a business. They've added these 2 people right here. And so when this person here cycles, when they earn a $50 cycle bonus, okay, then Brent will earn 25% of that. The company pays you a 25% match on all the people that you've personally sponsored that earn cycle bonuses each week. Now, let me show you something, because this is where it can kind of get a teeny bit confusing. Here's Brent. Now, wait a minute. Here's Andrew. Here's Alan on the 2nd level. Here's Michael on the 3rd level. Here's Kim on the 4th level. And here's the person that wants to work, and they're 5 levels deep. How is that the first generation? So it's the first generation because you see that red heart? That red heart means that Brent enrolled that person. You see how the 2 below that red heart have nothing, no hearts? Brent did not enroll them. Brent enrolled Heather, Brent enrolled TAH, but Brent did not enroll Mac or Jennifer. And obviously looking at TAH, you can see that TAH is enrolled too. So those are his 2 people. Okay. And so no matter how far down the person is, they can be literally, I have thousands of people on each leg. So the next person that I enroll myself is going to go on 1,899 levels deep, but they're still my first generation because they have a heart. And when they earn a cycle bonus, I will get a match of 25% of that. So this is where there's some confusion with Gen Match, because people are like, well, there's all these people underneath me. I want my people direct to me. I want them close. I want my first generation. Well, this company doesn't care about the depth. You could get paid through the depth of your organization. As long as you're the enroller, it's your first generation. That's incredible, you guys, that you get paid through the depth of your volume. There's no breakaway. I've never seen a company that pays you through the depth. They always cap it at some point in time. Okay. This company doesn't do that. extremely generous, and paying you a 25% gen match. What if your person earns $1,000 in cycle bonus a week? You're earning 25% of that for doing nothing. They just earned $1,000 and you earned 250. I mean, seriously, $250 and you didn't do anything. The company just pays you because you enrolled them. I'm sure you're probably helping them. I'm sure you're working with them. I'm sure you're helping them earn that $1,000, right? But you get not only paid on the cycle bonuses from their volume as well, but you're also earning that gen match. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something else. This is going to be really important here. So hang on one second. Let me find it on the sheet because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm talking about when I talk about we're going to go real quickly and then we'll go for questions into the levels or depth of being able to earn. Where is that sheet? These little bitty baby icons. I'm looking for the 2-page commission hot sheet. I'll go to a different screen. So what I want you to see is how to get paid on these different levels. Here it is. All right, back to screen share. What would we do before screen share? I don't even know. Okay, so here's what we're going to look at. We looked at the cycle bonus. We talked about this, right? We went over all of this. 660, 330. Here's your max. See, I told you have to be a manager, earn 1,500, director 25. These are your maxes all the way up to 25,000 per week. So let's talk about this gen match because this right here took me a hot second to understand. So I just told you this, right? You're a manager, just like Brent. Brent's a manager, right? He's signed up TAH Enterprises. Okay. TAH Enterprises is going to cycle this week. And so Brent will earn at least a 25% gen match off of TAH Enterprises, whatever they earn. So if he earns $50, then Brent will earn 25% of that. Okay. Because he is paid as a manager, right? He's active. You saw he had 117. So that was a green check. He was active. Okay. So then let's talk about these second and third gen matches, because I've seen this happen to people and it makes a difference in your paycheck when you start growing in the business. If, say, for example, you're a senior director and you don't get paid as senior director rank, okay, then what's happening is you're not cycling as much, right? And so you're not able to pick up on these second and third gen match levels. So you're leaving money on the table, okay? And so when I look at the second gen to get paid, let's say, for example, right, Brent signed up TAH and TAH signed up MAC. MAC is Brent's second gen, okay? Now, in order for Brent to get paid 20% of what MAC earns in a cycle bonus, then Brent himself has to be paid as a manager or above. And Brent himself has to earn at least 6 cycles in a week. If a cycle is $50, that is $300 in cycle bonuses that Brent has to earn himself. Does that make sense to you guys? For him to get paid 20% of what MAC earns, a person that he doesn't even know, right? He doesn't work with him because TAH works with him. Then Brent would need to have at least 6 cycle bonuses in 1 week himself. And what does that mean? That means that that right leg that Brent's on has to produce 330 in volume at least 6 times. So 330 times 6, what is that? 3 times 6 is 1,800, 30 times 6 is 18. So let's just say $2,000. That right leg is going to need to have 18 or 2,000 points in a week in order for Brent to be able to get paid the 20% off of MAC. I told you guys this was going to be more detailed, right? If you're coming in and you're clueless, you didn't watch the other three, I'm sorry. The first one is recorded on my YouTube. The second one, YouTube would not let me upload for some reason. I tried a million different ways. It never would let me upload it. The third one, I actually pushed live into this page here, this Millionaire Rockstar page, because of the fact YouTube, for some reason, censored it. So if I can't upload this one, at least you can come here and watch it. But just so you know, this is the last component and the most detailed component. So if you missed the other ones, you need to go watch at least the first one and the third one. And I have a 1 hour comp plan training I did last year that goes over all of this. So you can watch that as well too. So last part, third generation. In order to get paid for, say, for example, Mac goes and signs up Stan. In order for Brent to get paid 20% of what Stan earns every week, then Brent has to have at least his 110, right? He has to, now look at this. He has to have 3 active silvers on each leg. Okay. He has to have 3 active silvers or above on each leg that he's personally enrolled. Okay. This is why we never stop adding customers. What happens if, for example, one of his silvers quit ordering, he only signed up 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and he didn't sign anybody else up? And one of them quit ordering, they're like, no, I don't need any patches. I've got enough right now. They don't have their 55 BV to active. Well, then he's not going to pick up that 20%. What if Mac is making 10 grand? That's $2,000. Yeah, no. Go get yourself another silver pack. Get another customer. That's a no-brainer. That's really what's going to happen in the course of the next year if you build this business consistently. That's what you're looking at. It's very important that you understand this and maybe once you get there, you'll get it, right? But I'm just saying it's important that you follow these guidelines that we're telling you to continue to add customers. You don't go for 4 and stop. You don't go for 6 and stop. You don't go for 10 and stop. You go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, because there are billions of people that we can offer these patches to, right? So 3 active silvers or above on each leg. These could be business builders. These could be 6 business builders, 3 on each leg. It's perfectly fine, right? They have to just have a silver above pack. They have to be active with at least their 55 BV order. 1 PS distributor, personally sponsored distributor, earning level 2 matching on each leg. So what that means is you need a person on your left and a person on your right that you've personally enrolled that are earning at least this 6 cycles per week. They are earning level, they are cycling at least 6 times. They're earning level 2 gen match. And you yourself are cycling at least 10 times a week, which is $500 a week. So this may seem like that's not ever going to happen. This happened for me inside of 3 weeks. 3 weeks in the business, and I popped all these out because I build to the structure, right? I'm not putting people under people. I'm not giving my people away, but I'm adding people consistently, right? Weekly, daily, adding new customers, and they turn into distributors. They turn into business builders because they love the patches. They love the technology. They love the science. They love the testimonials. They love the patching podcast. They love the community. They love their results. They have 1 million people they need to tell about this. They have 5 people they need to tell about this. It doesn't matter. They're going to open their mouth because their lives have changed, right? For whatever reason, it doesn't matter. We're talking to people, right? And we're sharing the patch with people. If nothing else, I was on a Zoom a minute ago. I was on one earlier today too. And 2 different women had the patch right here in the center of their forehead. If nothing else, go out in public and walk around with the patch in the center of your forehead. People are going to stop you and ask you what that is. And you're going to share the information with them. You're going to get their contact information, and they're going to be your next best friend. So, or your next customer or your next worst enemy. I don't know, but I doubt it. If they're going to come up to you, they want to know what you're doing because they need something. They need help with something, right? And so this 3rd level gen match is huge. I can't tell you how many people I see each week that don't get this when they should be able to get it if they just look at this right here and be able to follow what's on this list, right? Making sure that you've got these active customers, making sure that you've got at least 1 person every single week that is getting that gen level 2 matching, right? And staying very consistent, making sure you're cycling at least 10 times per week. Okay. And all of this is also explained down in here with what it means to be a distributor, a manager, a director, senior executive presidential, and senior presidential director. And so this tells you what rank qualifications are down here as well too. So this is in our team page. This is in the document, the file section. So you can print it off, the 2-page hot sheet. If you go to startx39biz.com, it's also there, of course, for you to be able to utilize. So we have some questions. Did we get all our questions answered in here, Laura?
Yeah, we did. We're good.
Okay, cool. All right. What other questions do you guys have? We have a little bit more time, and I know Laura was answering the ones in here, but do you guys have more questions that you would like to ask us? Laura, I know you had some stuff you'd like to share with them as well too, if they're typing their questions in the meantime, and I'll look on the Facebook page and see if there's any there right now while you're sharing your.
Yeah, that would be great. Oh, that's perfect. Because, Stacy, the way you explained that was so precise and on point. And I think the biggest thing, well, there's many big things here, but one of the things that everybody should realize is if your upline reaches out to you and they're really just gung-ho on making sure you get paid as your rank that you have worked so hard to achieve, please understand it's for this reason and this reason only. It's not because they have, what's the word I want to use? A different reason to ask you that. The only reason is because of that. Because when you get paid as your earned promotion, it opens up so many doors and you work so hard to get there. Don't let it go away. And like Stacy said, that constantly enrolling of silvers and above is just going to keep that domino effect constantly going and building. And people can't keep their mouths shut when they start feeling well. They can't. They're telling everybody, over cards or at a cocktail party or wherever. So just please know that there's no other reason when we reach out and say, what do we need to do to get you back to director? What do we need to do to help you get back to senior? The only reason is you, because we get that. And it's amazing. And we want you to have that too. And Stacy, you were like, ooh, man, I haven't heard it explained that well in a while. That was not just from you, but from others. That was on point, man.
Thanks. And I see this, I'm looking at you guys. Obviously I earned 3 levels gen match, right? I wasn't going to leave money on the table. Okay. So being, a reader, researcher, right? Very much health focused, science driven. I'm also very compensation plan driven, right? I care about my health and I care about my money, and I'm going to know about both of them. And I'm not saying you have to understand it to a T, but you need to learn it as you go in this business so that you aren't leaving money on the table. I have someone in my organization and I've reached out to her many times saying, hey, I'm looking at your organization, and you're leaving cash because you're not being paid as your rank. This is what you could be making if this silver was 55 BV qualified. Do you want to reach out to them and make sure they order? Do you want to place an order under their account and ship it and bill it to you? Or would you like to add another silver? But girl, this is like a minimum of $500 this week you're going to miss if you don't do this. Now, I can't make you do it. I'm not going to make anybody do it, right? But I want you to know that I'm watching and seeing. And so if I reach out and say, hey, what can I do to help you? Or if Laura reaches out, or Leah reaches out, right? Or Dave, anybody reaches out and says, hey, what can we do to help you? It's because we can see this. I don't log into all of your accounts, but I can see on my Gen Match. I can go down through my organization, my binary tree viewer, and I hover over your name. And if it says your manager and it says at the top NA, that tells me you're not being paid as a manager. I can click view rank, right? Next rank, boom, it shows me exactly what you need, because our company's cut and dried. Like the lines are here. If those babies aren't green, you're not being paid at that this week. And so we can say, hey, what do we need to do to help you get back to this rank? Or what do we need to do to help you rank up to the next rank so you can pick up that next level pay, right? And we know 2 things. We know people are struggling physically in their lives, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they're struggling. And we know people are struggling financially. And you seriously have your hands on an opportunity to be able to help them with both. And I don't go at people and say, hey, join my team, join my business, sign up now, make tons of money. Ever. I have never recruited one person, and I'm not joking. I approach this very much as I have a product I would love to share with you that I think would really benefit you in your health, in your longevity, in your wellness, in your recovery, whatever it is with a person. Can I share some more information with you about that and get your input and your feedback on it and see if you think this might be something that would benefit you? That's it. What happens from there is totally up to you, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to get a message from me later saying, okay, well, now here's the business. I want you to join my team. I want you to go find 6 people. I want you to go ahead and sign up 10 more people. Now we need to get to the next rank and we need to do this. No, like all of the business structure and the plan is there. I understand it all, know it all, can teach and train you on all of it, obviously, but I am not going to go push someone to be a part of a business to make money. But we know everyone can use some additional money. We know that. And this is a no-brainer. If you've got 4 friends or family members that would benefit from these patches, you can make $250 like that. That's it. You go manager, you make $250 minimum. That's just if they sign up at silver. I went manager, I made $1,600. It's the money's there, you guys. It's a no-brainer. If you need fast cash, you help people get healthy. You add value to their life.
Mhm.
That's what this is about. You're adding value. When you add value to them, right, that's going to come back to you tenfold, exponentially, right? I'm not saying, okay, Leah, you have to do this. Join my team. Come on, girl, be a part of this with me. You can make money. I'm saying, Leah, girl, these patches are going to be crazy for you. You're a row coach, girl. You want to up your fitness game? You got to check these out, right? And she's all over it.
And so wait a minute, stop right there. Time out. Did y'all hear how she said that? That was it. Like, that's it. And it's funny, Stacy, that you should bring that up, because I was having a conversation today with somebody who was in not any network marketing company that we were in. She's in another one.
Mhm.
And I was sharing, she was asking me a whole bunch of questions, and I was sharing with her the beauty of not having the pressure to. Now, those of you who are been in network marketing prior, you might get what I'm saying. There's no pressure.
Mhm.
It's just, can these benefit you? Because everything else, again, just falls into place, and who can build a business like we build here with just customers? Like they're customers, they're getting those packs, they have access, they can build or they cannot, they can share or they can use it, right? I mean, it really takes a lot of pressure. So I think my point being is take the pressure off of yourself and just go help people, because you have the ability to move through the ranks by literally just having somebody start using the patches.
Mhm.
And if you're being consistent with that, you'll move incredibly quick. Incredible. So take the pack off a little bit and don't worry about the business side of it. That comes. Just go
Mhm.
help as many people as you possibly can.
Yeah,
Talk to
because
people.
what happens, you guys, is they say to you, because there's no pressure, because you have no intention, right, of recruiting them. So they say to you, now, is there an opportunity here to make some extra money with this? Because if this works for me, I'm really going to be able to tell a lot of people about it. I'm like, oh, yeah, there actually is. If you're interested in that, just let me know. I'm more than happy to have that conversation. Then they're knocking at your door, wanting to have that conversation, right? And for me personally, I didn't have a result. So if it works for me, I'm going to do this. No, I read the research, right? The facts, the data, and I heard the testimonials from real live people like you see on Zooms, right? That was it. No brainer, done. I know the power of stem cells. I know the technology. I understand this technology now. I know what stem cells can do. This is a holy grail of healing. I'm in, right? And to majority of people, my results are not significant. Oh, improvement in my exercise. Yeehaw. Oh, great. process faster time in my brain, or my brain processing time. My blood work, fantastic. You look 30 instead of, 48. That's amazing, right? But nothing significant. I'm just going to be here for 250 years. I'm going to be filthy rich. I don't know about you all, but that's basically where I'm looking at right now, right? Because I'm staying very consistent in helping people become customers. And that consistency will pay off. I love Therese Santos. She's a senior presidential director. She was 28 years Pink Cadillac earner in Mary Kay. And she spoke in Tampa back in January when Emily came to town and we did an event up there. Some of you guys were there. And she shared how she was not interested in the business. She was 100% wanted the patches for her health, for herself. And what happened was she started sharing with people a little here, a little there, right? And she stayed consistent in sharing a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there. And she was getting her benefits and results, and other people were getting benefits and results. And she was running a multi-million-dollar coaching business. She had retired from Mary Kay. She had been coaching for 10 years. And what happened over the course of 5 years with Therese was that little here, little there, consistency, sharing with friends and family and people she came in contact with about these patches and how much they would help, because they'd helped her health over the time, right? And they would help other people. 5 years later, the girl's making 50 grand a month. I don't know what you got going for the next 5 years, but a little here, a little there, staying consistent with the little 3-3-1 that we do daily, which is what she did. 3-3-1 is a little here, a little there. Like, that is not much. But she did that daily, sharing with 3 people and following back up with 3 people and inviting somebody to an event or a Zoom, right? And so doing that, 5 years later, she's making $50,000. Do you think she shut down her coaching business? Of course she did. 50 grand in residual income coming in every single month. Whoa, hello, right? Doesn't seem realistic. Well, I mean, 5 years are going to go by anyways. They're going by. Are we going to be helping people, adding value to people's life and their health? And of course, some are going to say, yes, I want to do this eventually, right? And then they'll take off and poof, you got that, you got this fire and that fire. And sometimes people decide they don't want to do this anymore. Life happens, things get in the way, and, maybe they, whatever, take different turns. And so they decide, well, I don't want to do this anymore. Great, no problem. There's no commitment, right? There's no strings. We're not holding someone accountable to do something that they don't want to do. So there's none of those feelings. If you want to go to the top of the company, we'll show you exactly how to do that. It's right here, step by step, exactly what to do, the strategies and the techniques and the system, the 3-3-1, except it turns into 30-30-10, right? How fast do you want to get to the top of the company? You're not going to talk to 3 people a day. That takes 5 minutes. We know that. So if you're working a job, you're going to be putting in 8 hours a day. I had somebody ask me last week, how many hours do you work a day, Stacy? I'm like, well, the old saying, they'll pay entrepreneurs 80 hours, the entrepreneurs will work 80 hours a week in order to avoid working 40 hours a week. That's where I'm at. I'll work 80 hours a week any day on my dime, on my time, with my passion, my excitement, my enthusiasm, what I love to do to avoid working a 40-hour week job. Right. And so you've got to find that passion, cultivate that inside of you. The money comes as a side effect, as a side benefit from being aligned and from loving what you're doing and not caring and not having the fears or the worries or the, what are they going to think? Or I'm not this, or I'm not that, or I can't do what she does, or I don't know, I hate what he knows, or I don't have that background. Let all that go. Like, that's only things you're putting in front of you to stop yourself from achieving success. If you want to be at the top of the company, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter anything except for your passion and your commitment and your dedication to help other people have a better quality of life. And then you're going to see the money roll in because you're not focused on it. We know the money's there. I just showed you the money's there, right? My God, cycle bonus, 25,000 a week. You know how to get that? You have to have 170,000 in one leg and 340,000 in the other leg in a week. That's how you earn 25,000. Do I know that? Of course I know that. It's my money, right? It's a compensation plan. Of course I'm going to know it, but know that there is a structure all the way up there if you want to take advantage of it. Okay. And we'll guide you all the way through. But just have that passion, that excitement, that creativity, those divine drop-in, divine ideas, right? That divine guidance, like, oh, I think I'm going to do this, or, oh, I'm going to reach out to that person. Stay open, stay connected. I know life's stressful. It can get crazy and hectic. Take some time for yourself. Go outside and put your bare feet in the grass. Just breathe. Thank God for that you're alive and that you're here and that you have the life that you do have and for what's coming, right? So just stay in that place of gratitude and know that we're here to help you and work with you wherever you are with this. and that we are a team, a community, and we do love and support each other. So thank you guys for being on here tonight. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you, Laura. Do you have anything else you'd like to close with?
No, I think you said it so fast that they might not have caught on to what you said, which was $25,000 a week. Okay, and cycle bonus. Did you hear how she referenced that? And cycle bonus. That doesn't cover the other ways we get paid. That's just cycling. And to piggyback on something she said as she was closing, and excuse me for butting in, is that we have developed such a community and an incredible team here that do what you do well and let the others that are around us on this team help us out with the things that they do well, because when you bring it together, that's what creates momentum. That what keeps the snowball rolling down the mountain. So don't feel like you have to do or be end all be all. Like, reach out if you need something from somebody. You know, we love Dr. Stacy, right? She's got DR in front of her names. We know the impact on that with some people. So guess what? We have that. We have so many great leaders on this team. Use us. Let's use each other to help as many people as we can. So that's all that I wanted to say.
Well, Laura, you know, Brent's sitting here and he's like, hey, he's like telling me to slow down too. I told you, for me, I don't have anything dramatic in my results except for my processing time in my brain. I really have to think about it to slow down my speaking because everything is going so fast, because that's just the way my brain functions. That's a year and 2 months on X39. So anyways, you guys, Laura is very correct. You don't have to be any certain person that you're not, right? Be you, be proud of who you are, and know that we are a team to help and support you. And that's why we do three-way calls. That's why we do the Zooms together. That's why we do in-person get-togethers, right? Because we want to help and support you with wherever you're at. So you don't have to know it all. You're going to learn it as you go. Once you get to the top of the company, you will know all of this. You'll know it along the way, right? Compensation plan may not be your strong suit, and that's okay. The science and technology of stereoisomers may not be your strong suit, and that's okay. But like Laura said, focus on what you do know. Focus on what you do love. Just keep your passion alive, right? Keep your gratitude alive. That's where you're going to find success. And we're here to help you. So thank you guys for being on here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really enjoyed this 4-part series, and I hope you did too. But if you have more questions or need anything else, clarity, then please let us know.